What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. So, I don't know. I've had a lot on my mind lately. I was talking to some people on Messenger. I decided to make a video about this just to put everything I've been thinking about, talking about. Let me just put it into a camera. Let me put it into a video. Let me just put this shit on YouTube because I think it would make for maybe a decent video. So, I'm going to be talking about two topics: hip hop and gaming. Let's talk about hip hop first. You know, when it comes to hip hop, it really seems like the mainstream side of things with hip hop, things are just really bad now. That's what it feels like. It feels like things are really bad now, mainstream rap wise. You know, back in the day, mainstream hip hop just felt so much more fucking exciting. Where you had, G Unit, Eminem, Ludacris, all those guys. You had cool rappers, you had cool hip hop fashion, you had cool songs, everything was dope, musically for hip hop, mainstream wise. And it feels like nowadays we don't have that anymore. Like mainstream wise music nowadays just feels so fucking garbage. All these fucks like Blueface and 6ix9ine and Lil Pump and all these fucking idiots, Jack Harlow, Lil Nas X, all these motherfuckers are trash as a motherfucker. They fucking suck. They don't stand out. They haven't had an impact on the hip hop genre, and they're fucking garbage. And they do not deserve to be fucking famous, and they don't deserve to be mainstream. It's like when I was a kid growing up, it just felt like hip hop was so cool mainstream wise. It felt like shit was really cool. Whereas now things just seem lame, you know? Like you had so many cool things happen mainstream rap wise back in the day. Dr. Dre made an impact twice with NWA, and then with the Chronic album, and then Eminem with his run, 50 Cent with his run, Ludacris, all these guys. And nowadays, mainstream rap lacks that. Yeah, I almost said lap. You might as well call this shit lap because all these motherfuckers do is be trash and run laps around their whack ass. I just spit a better rap than most of them cats can. Because these mainstream rappers nowadays fucking suck. That's why I ranted about it so much. That's why so many people make rant videos. It's not a generational thing. It's not a nostalgia thing. It's not any of that bullshit that stands want to tell people that don't like this shit. If there's a lot of rant videos about mainstream hip-hop nowadays, and there wasn't that same stuff happening, and even now for old school hip-hop, or for mainstream rap in the 2000s, then that should definitely tell you something. Just like how I said with Eminem, when I was talking about Eminem's new music, my response to people that get mad about critique of his new music is Eminem's old albums have a solid reception. His new albums don't. But anyways, back to the topic. I just feel like hip-hop, mainstream-wise, is in a shitty scenario. That's why I've delved and just been so into underground hip-hop so much. Because I just feel like people like JB and Rush the Russian Rapper and Fix Craven and so many people I know, it just feels like they get it. They know what to do with music. They know how to make the right songs. They know how to be cool on their own. It feels like they have the electricity that the rappers of the old had. All the people like Tupac and Eminem and the runs they had and Dr. Dre's with the Chronic, it just feels like everything they had back then was just great and with the electricity. And I feel like people like JB and all these underground guys like Hopsin, I feel like they have that. Well, at least not Hopsin anymore, because I like old school Hopsin a lot more. But it's just mainstream hip hop in general. I feel like it's just trash nowadays. I really feel like it is. I mean, a lot of these guys nowadays, like, are you gonna remember Blueface or fucking 6ix9ine or Lil Pump or any of these fucking trash ass motherfuckers or whoever else is out? I don't even pay attention to half these motherfuckers because mainstream rap is so garbage in the first place. Are we gonna remember any of these motherfuckers years to come? There's a reason people still talk about Tupac. Or even outside of hip hop, there's a reason people still talk about Marilyn Manson or fucking Michael Jackson, because these people had actually had something to bring to music. They just weren't in it for money. Just like Mondolino said, which he always said, and I really agree with this, all these fuckers in mainstream rap, they're just in it for the money and get the fuck out. That's why they become one-hit wonders. That's why they have no impact on the genre. That's why they're not here to make good music. And I'm just sick of this bullshit nowadays, and it's fucking garbage, and it's fucking trash, and it's fucking lame. It really fucking is. All these motherfuckers in mainstream hip-hop are the exact same. They all use the same beat style. They all look the same with stupid-ass tattoos all over their fucking face and stupid-ass looking hair, fucking chokers, all this bullshit. Even the fashion went downhill, man. Hip-hop fashion back then was cool as shit. The way NWA showed up, the way G-Unit dressed, the way Eminem used to dress, the way Ludacris dressed, even Exhibit. That the fashion was even dope too, besides the music. And nowadays in mainstream hip hop, even the fashion is fucking lame, man. Shit is just trash in general. And mainstream hip hop just does not feel the same nowadays. It just does not feel the same anymore compared to what it used to feel. It really just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't, you know, because it just feels like back then you had, you know, so much cool stuff going on, so many rappers having great runs, so many rappers to look back on, so much cool stuff happening from Ludacris, the hip-hop movies, like, it's just, everything in general hip-hop wise just felt so different, mainstream wise, back in the day, whereas now it just feels trash, where you got a bunch of lame fucks all doing the same shit, you know, then they become irrelevant, and then someone else fucking replaces them. 6ix9ine's not relevant anymore. All these new fucks replace them, whatever the hell their names are. You got stupid shit, like hip-hop is a clown show now, man. Hip-hop used to be a genre that's about making dope music and even having dope fashion and setting cool trends and this and that. Now it's a fucking clown show with a bunch of retards looking fucking stupid with stupid hair, stupid tattoos on their face and shit. And, you know, that's not like a message to everybody out there with tattoos on their face. But it's more so just people like 6ix9ine and stuff that really go overboard with how they put tattoos on their face. Because, you know, like Jay Von Monroe, he didn't look terrible, or like even The Game, he didn't look horrible with tattoos on his face. But it's just like, you know, your 6ix9ine, you're all these fucks, they just look just stupid, you know. And even some bullshit, I got the Island Boys crap. 2 fucking idiots in a swimming pool with tattoos all over the body with ridiculous haircuts. They just say some stupid shit about being an island boy, and they get millions of views. Yeah, someone like JB, or Rush the Russian Rapper, or Olet, you know, they don't get the same shit, even though they actually care about making music. They put effort into the music, and they care. They can't get the same attention. Yet all these fucks acting like clowns, like 6ix9ine and Blueface, and all these fucking retards in mainstream hip-hop. They get all the fame and all the attention, all this bullshit. We get all these dope artists in the underground can't get the same shit. It's fucked up. You know, if things were still as good as they were, man, I'm telling you, if somehow like Rush and JB and those guys came out during the early 2000s, they would be famous, you know. They would have been able to have a chance because things were different back then. Now things are just trash. Mainstream hip-hop is a fucking joke. It's a clown show. That's why so many people do rant videos on it and talk about how lame it is, because it's fucking trash. It is fucking terrible. That's why people make rant videos about it. And that's why I've continued to talk about it over and over again, because it just disappointed me. I'm a 22-year-old guy. You know, at least if I was 78 or 93 years old, I could be like, well, I don't really give a shit that hip-hop is dead now, because I lived a good life. That's not going to happen because I'm in my 20s only, and it's garbage. That's why I'm such a fan of underground hip-hop. But that's all I wanted to say about the hip-hop thing. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there, because I was just talking to people, reflecting on stuff. I was like, man, 50 Cent had a cool run in the 2000s. Eminem, you know, with the You Don't Know song, and, you know, even a little bit of the 2010s with Bad Meets Evil. Just so much cool shit happened back in the day with mainstream rap. And it feels like we don't have that nowadays anymore with mainstream hip-hop now. It just feels like we don't have that anymore. It's a real fucking problem. That's something I had in my mind that I wanted to talk about. Now let's talk about video games, because I feel the same fucking way about video games. And just like with hip-hop, this has nothing to do with nostalgia. This has nothing to do with looking at the past blinded. No. I'm going to say it right now, just like I've always said it. Video games nowadays are fucking trash. Plain and simple. Gaming back then was fucking better, because back then there was tons of great games coming out that not only were great, but they were great for years to come, and you could fucking go back to them, and they were just amazing. And there was innovative games. There was so much variety. You had game companies making games out the ass. You had so much cool shit happening back then. So many classic games happening back then, like Dead Rising and Resident Evil 4 and Fallout 3. Just so much cool shit that I loved growing up as a kid. So many great franchises. But when you look at the 8th generation and this fucking 9th generation, this shit is trash, this shit is lame. What do we have to look forward to? The 8th generation fucking sucked, because franchises like Gears and Dead Rising and Fallout had shitty ass sequels in the 8th generation. You know, there was only a few games I liked in the 8th generation. The Evil Within, you know, Revelations 2, but most of the shit in the 8th generation was trash. A lot of my favorite franchises got ruined in the 8th generation. And you look at the fucking 9th generation, the shit is garbage there too. The fucking 9th generation is trash as fuck too. PS5 and Series X, I don't care that we're in early 2022. I'm gonna fucking say it. PS5 and Series X already suck. And the generation already seems fucking lame as hell, because what do we have to look forward to? What do we really have to look forward to with the 9th generation, you know? I just feel like there isn't the same just feeling and same quality and amazement that gaming used to have back in the day. Whether it was the PlayStation 2 or the Xbox 360, where it felt like we had good shit in there. Whereas nowadays with fucking gaming, it doesn't feel the same and it's trash. You got garbage like Back 4 Blood or Dead Rising 4 or fucking, you know, even shit I'm not a fan of like Battlefield 2042, just disappointing people. You got all these shitty business practices. All these game companies don't give a fuck about his money. Let's do DLC here, microtransactions here. They want so much money for people and yet they can't even do their job and develop a game in the first place or even make some good fucking games. It's fucking ridiculous. All these goddamn shitty business practices, all these fucking broken ass games, all these milked franchises, all these lazy ass companies relying on. You got Bethesda relying on Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online, and they can't even make any new fucking games or put some damn titles out. You have Rockstar still stuck on GTA 5 and they can't even put out anything or do anything else. These were game companies that used to be great at one point. They used to put out so much shit back then. And gaming just pisses me off nowadays. I feel like video games suck nowadays. I would like for someone to prove me wrong, you know? Like, can someone out there please tell me what is so great about gaming nowadays? What is so amazing about video games nowadays? Because it feels like the video games I like and the kind of gaming taste I have, it feels like it's not being appealed to anymore. And it feels like it just doesn't exist anymore. And it feels like it's just not there anymore, you know? It really doesn't. I mean, in 2021, I liked Resident Evil Village. That was the only game I gave a fuck about in 2021. Because besides Resident Evil Village, that fucking year sucked ass. That was one of the worst fucking years for gaming. Same with 2020. I'm sick of this bullshit where it's only one game a year or one game every now and then that I might care about. And who knows if it's even good, because sometimes that shit is disappointing. Yeah, 2019 had Gears 5, but Gears 5 wasn't shit compared to the original Gears. Because you had stupid open world shit and you gotta play as this bitch named Kate who doesn't have half the fucking amazement that the old fucking Gears of War characters did, you know? So many great series being ruined left and right. Dead Rising crapped on in 8th generation. Fucking terrible what they did to that series. Who knows if he will come back. I'm just so pissed off. I'm pissed off and I'm just tired of it. That's why I'm going crazy on camera, just telling it like it is and put it all on the fucking camera, not really giving a shit. Fuck her direction. Fuck trying to perfect this shit. I just gotta stay this shit. And gaming is fucking ass nowadays. It's goddamn trash. I have no interest in PS5 or Series X. What is there good about gaming nowadays? Someone please tell me. What is good about video games nowadays? Video games nowadays fucking suck. Because there's nothing interesting or exciting to look forward to video game wise. And if something good does come out, then it's every now and then. And even with that, it could still be disappointing. The only thing I could even care about remotely is the rumored Resident Evil 4 remake, but who knows if that's even going to be done right. Because you had the shitty-ass Resident Evil 4 VR version where they censor shit. Fuck that version. That fucking... I'll take the Oculus Rift RE4 VR and fuck it in his face and throw it in the fucking garbage, but I'm not playing that bullshit. They want to censor? Well, fuck you. I'm not playing your bullshit product. I'm sick of this shit, man. Gaming pisses me the hell off nowadays. It's garbage. It's trash. It's fucking lame. I want gaming to improve, man. I want to start caring about games again. I want to start caring about video games and really just being into shit, you know? Because in the 360 and the PS2, there was so much I could care about. Whereas these days, it just isn't. I don't give a shit about gaming nowadays, you know? I don't care about most stuff that comes out. I can't get excited or interested in most stuff that does come out. I just can't care, you know? Because not only the stuff I'm into doesn't get made anymore, but it just feels like the quality of games is downhill from the business practices to games being broken, you know, to game companies only being stuck on one game. I'm just sick of all this bullshit, man. Mainstream hip-hop, gaming, shit needs to get better. And shit needs to improve and fix its fucking problems because it's got all its fucking, just like Silent Rob said, it's got all its shit fucking messed up. I want mainstream hip-hop to get better. I want people like JB and Rush to actually get a chance, shine in the mainstream rap, give it some new freaking potential, you know? And then with gaming, I want gaming to improve. I want to actually start caring about games again, you know? But I can't grasp or care about mainstream hip-hop now or video games nowadays. You know, and I don't want someone to tell me that indie games are the future, because whenever someone rants about, you know, gaming nowadays, people say that indie games are the future. Look, you can like indie games, but that's not the answer for me even. I gotta release the video eventually, but I have a problem with indie games. I really do. Like, I don't hate indie games, but my issue with indie games is they don't really appeal to me. They don't really appeal to me. They don't make... There's not any indie games that are developed that make the style I like. That's really all I have to say. This was just a crazy video I wanted to make. Just get all my thoughts on camera, what I'm saying. Just ranting about mainstream rap and video games in general. I just want both things to fucking improve. I mean, at least with mainstream rap, I can jump to underground hip-hop. But with gaming, it's much worse because I don't have a fucking choice with gaming. Yeah, I can go back and play the old games. There's only so many times I can play Dead Rising 1 and Resident Evil 4. And yeah, they're great games, but eventually I just get bored of them. And I want new experiences that are even better than those. And gaming nowadays is fucking trash. I have no interest in the goddamn PlayStation 5 or the fucking Xbox Series S. I could care less about those goddamn consoles. What do they fucking have on there? What's something I can actually get excited about? Where is the good shit in gaming nowadays? Because I don't fucking see it because it's fucking garbage.